Hello, everybody. It's Questlord here, aka Noah, and back with the Week 7 Power Rankings. Craziest week. Infamous Week
Yeah.
7. So,
We
we've got
made
the
it.
whole squad here. Got TPV,
Hello.
Carlos.
Okay,
Yep.
We've got Mimo there.
and that's the battle.
And then we've got Brandon.
What's up, guys?
Alright. Let's just go right into it. So I'm just gonna explain, I wrote it down. It's not in the slide because I'm too lazy to do it, but I'm just gonna kind of put my input. So, Carlos, you start with your bottom.
With my last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd have to say my bottom three are sort of interchangeable, but I have Jake of the Oakland Aerodactyls at the bottom spot. I had him at 14, but I was convinced that that is not the proper ranking. So yeah.
TPB.
Jake, you're not doing well. You lost to Jordan. You should have lost to Hank. That's why you're below them.
All right, Brandon.
Physical Keldeo.
Mimi.
Brother.
All right, Mimi.
Brother.
Now you had Jake at 13.
Ugh.
Can you explain yourself?
Because Jake is a good player.
All right. Can you give some
Understand.
examples of his good play?
He is he what's
Is he everything?
okay, he melodic
That's his only standard bond.
okay, also the way he plays and way he the way he just battles and the way he predicts people and his trades, like Escavalier, like Fortress isn't a good mon. Like Fortress is trash.
Stop.
All right, I'm hitting the hard reset button. Sorry. I'm sorry, I laughed. I couldn't help my.
Fortress to Escavalier is a really.
Meanwhile, we're done. We're hitting the
All
hard
right.
reset button.
All
We're
right.
done.
Yeah, we're done with that. All right. So let's just talk about both Hank and Jordan, and then try to debate which one we think is worse. By the way, I had Jake at the bottom. So
Yeah.
let's kind of talk about Carlos. Talk about both Hank and Jordan because I feel like they're in similar positions.
So although I did say they're all interchangeable, I do think although Hank's been a lot worse of late, Jordan, it took him a long time to get his first win, which was versus me, which that was solid. But the only thing that week I was gonna forfeit, but I just wanted to save differential, so I grabbed a random team and faced him, and he did win, but I didn't feel like he dominated like he should with the team I had brought. It wasn't equipped to face his team at all. And just overall, he hasn't been showing up much until recently. So, although Hank's sort of the opposite, I really liked his first 2 weeks. Like, even though he's been bad other than that, the first 2 weeks saw a lot of potential. And if he could live up to that, then maybe he can improve and be up in the list.
All right, TPB.
So I put Hank higher, and I thought with Hank, um, I think he's been doing, even though his record doesn't show it, he's been getting better, recently, and with Jordan, he's also getting better, but I feel like, I don't know, I think Hank is, doing a bit better.
All right, Brandon. You had Jordan higher.
Yes. I have Jordan higher because he's picking up steam, and I think he can really get something going if he keeps going on this. Like, I'm scared to face him next week. That might be the upset of the year.
For real. Like,
I mean, I picked Jordan and Pick'em, so
I know it's 5-7 last time I looked.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be the upset.
it is.
But I like the way he's playing recently. Just if his record could match that, he'd be higher.
Oh, also, he prepped like last Wednesday.
For my team?
Yeah, for you.
What?
Yeah, he's been prepped for a long while. My dude.
Oh, maybe he'll forget everything then.
Yeah, he either might forget everything or he might be like grinding.
Oh my goodness.
Using
I'm-
his
I'm
league team on the
scared.
ladder.
For real.
I use my league teams on the ladder.
Same.
That's fun. Anyway,
I mean, it's really hard to win.
Hank's play has also
He's
been
doing it
getting better.
unironically.
Yeah.
Hank's team's been getting better. So, I mean, still at 15, but he's climbing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mimi, and then I'll go.
Has been doing good, and Jordan has also been doing good, and that's it.
All right.
All right. So I'll talk a little bit about him. Well, you can't see it, but I had Jordan above Hank. I personally think Jordan's team is just straight up better, and that's really the main reason. And kind of like, it's not a great team, but like I just think it's a better team. And like no matter, okay, since low key, like I prep for both of them, and like we all kind of prep for both of them, especially TPB and I. We kind of help both of them out, but yeah, I feel like it's a lot harder to prep with Hank's team, and I also feel that Hank makes a lot of like strange decisions, and at least with Jordan's strange decisions, they have more reasoning behind them. I feel like Hank sometimes just clicks buttons.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like in my battle with him this last week, there were definitely some times where I just didn't make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Where he'd sack stuff pointlessly
Yeah,
and
and like
make odd plays.
and Jordan really thinks through his plays, but I feel like sometimes like overthinks and like kind of his priorities on like what's important to him in the battle is like a little bit off sometimes. So, just I don't know. It's just kind of battle mentality needs to be shifted a little bit because like he was talking about like the element of surprise and shit like that. I'm like, you don't really need to do that, dude. Like, just do more damage. But but okay, so I feel like of the two, I feel like Hank has played the best game out of the two, and it was the game against Jake. I feel like Hank played very, very well, even though he lost. I feel like that's the best game, like display of skill out of the both of them. So that's why I'm still a little bit hesitant of putting Jordan above Hank, because I feel like they're really close, but I don't know. I feel like if Hank plays like he did against Jake every week, then he might, because, okay, Orange Vision sucks. No offense.
Yes.
Like, compared to the other ones, especially like the
I
Blue
have to
Division.
agree.
+1.
Like the players aren't like terrible, but like just compared to the other divisions, it's so much tougher. I feel like in that division, Hank might be able to climb back. So I feel like it's more realistic that Hank will do better near the end of the
Yeah.
season. So, all right. Next. Well, we can ignore Mimi since he put put Jake at 13. So let's kind of.
Oh, okay.
So let's discuss. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. Because we all kind of had both Mimi and that's Jeff.
Yeah.
Mimi and Jeff. We all kind of like interchanged those. So, Carlos, you want to talk about those two, and then your reasoning? Yeah, you put Jeff higher.
Yeah. So I'd say just like the last two, these two are really, it's hard to decide between the two. I know lately Mimi's been doing really well, improving his game. I just feel like overall, I like all although Jeff's team isn't amazing, having Kieran Black and Mew, although that's like really the main, really all he has, that's a really strong two Pokemon. So I like his team, and I think he could use it to his benefit. And sort of like you were saying last time, he's in the Orange division, so he I think he's a better potential to be getting wins than Nemo, he is a better he's one differential worse than Jeff, but he's last in his division, or well Jeff's second. So I think Nemo will have a lot tougher overall play for the end of the season, and that's sort of why I put him lower.
All right, TPP.
All right, so with both of the coaches, I feel like their play has been really inconsistent because, like, Jeff, he has a really solid win against Junior, and Mimo has a solid win against Noah, but they also like have really like questionable losses, kind of like. I feel like if they played like as good as they could each week, they like would be top contenders, but they're just not that consistent. And I put Mimo higher because he has the win against Noah, which I think is a bit more like honorable per se, respectable than the win against Junior. So yeah.
All right, Brandon.
My rankings goes Mimo, then Mimo's higher because of Carlos's point, where Mimo just has a tougher schedule, which I think moves him up a little bit, because if he was in another division, I feel like he could possibly be a playoff contender. Like, if he were in the green division, I think he'd be one game out, or conference, he'd be one game out of playoffs. Or the Kanto conference, whatever one is green and orange. I think he'd be in fifth place. So, and that just one differential less, the tougher conference is looking really nice compared to Jeff's. Also, his win against Noah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mimi, you want to talk about yourself?
Jake is better than me. That's all I gotta say.
All right, you're done. Yeah. So
Hey.
I put Jeff above Mimo, and it's kind of so. Looking at Jeff's team, I kind of thought the same as Carlos. He's in like that division where he could honestly get a wild card spot, just because the competition isn't like too tight in that division, and like I don't know. I just feel like his team is stronger than Mimo's. Like I feel like Mimo's play is like a little better. It's not like so much better that all these other like circumstances or like I don't know, just kind of drawbacks to Mimo in like this season. They're not really applicable to Jeff. So also, Jeff is underutilizing Slurpuff. You need
Yeah,
to
true.
like. So actually, I don't want to say it because you and Hank are playing again, but Slurpuff is pretty good against Hank's team. That's all I'm gonna say. And you didn't bring it last time, and I was really happy. Anyway, yeah. So I just feel like Jeff's team is pretty scary. Even though it's not like it doesn't have like too much synergy, I feel like the amount of potential that his team has and the amount of potential he has for a playoff berth is what puts him above Mimo. So,
yeah.
All right, let's just do the Jacksonville Jirachi next. So, Carlos.
Yeah, so I really want to put them higher, especially after this week. They beat Austin, and that was a really impressive win. The only thing is it's just there's so many teams in this like middle stretch where it's hard to move them up right now. If they continue to show that they can beat tough opponents like Austin, I can move them up. I love their play, and their team is really solid. It's missing like little
Something.
things here and there, like rocks and
Spinners.
consistent rocks, consistent hazard removal. But the offense is just amazing. In like the defense, it's just missing like the the hazard stuff, which I'm not too into, but I know it's really important. And maybe if they could patch that up with free agencies or trades, that would be really good advantage for their team. But I just really like their play of late, and I think we're going to see them moving up the list soon.
All right, TBB, you have him in the same spot.
All right. Same thing with Carlos. Like they're doing really well, but I think like it's clear who these top 11 are, and it's really hard to just decide where they should go. Like they beat Austin. They're doing great. If they can keep this up, they can move. I can move them higher, but it's really hard to move them higher with these the middle of the pack with the coaches that are here.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brandon, you have him one space higher.
Yep, I have them at 10. I feel very similar to how Carlo feel. I have them a slot higher than Tulsa, who is in my 11th spot. Basically, they're at 10 because of Tulsa, and Tulsa's got Haxie wins, and I believe he has a forfeit win, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's why he's at the bottom of this tier. And then Ryan and their hands are one spot higher. If they can continue to do well, like has been said before, they could really shoot up this middle section.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mimi.
His team is really good, and even though it's a new coach, the coach isn't bad. So the Jirachis still have a chance to like maybe even make playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So, for me, I kind of feel that slots like 9 through 11, because I have Kevin, then the Jirachis, then Rogue. They're kind of interchangeable, but I do think Kevin is just kind of a step ahead of him. But, for Jacksonville, I feel like I've been like pretty impressed with their play recently, and that Osterman is really, really impressive. Like I that really helped the case for them a lot. But it's just really tough. Like the Goldenrod, actually the Johto division or the Johto conference in general is like pretty tough right now. Like
Mhm.
there's no team that like should necessarily be like out of playoffs. Like they're like everyone's playing like pretty well. Um,
Yeah, that's
so
crazy tight. I wouldn't want to be in that.
yeah, it's pretty crazy
Same.
down here in Johto. But but yeah, I just feel like if you can keep bringing that fire and just like in like really effective sets too, like not just like creative but also really effective. Like the Reggie Seal set was really 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 good. The Curse Reggie Seal, it was like crow crow steel. It was
Proji
great.
Steel.
Yeah, Crogy Steel. That was a really good set, and then you've just been like playing a lot of really creative sets. So I feel like you should be above Tulsa for that, mainly because of your Austin game. So yeah, all right. So most of us have the Huntail somewhere around. Some have higher. So let's talk about the Huntail, Carlos.
The Hunt-Tails next?
Mhm.
Okay, so for the Hunt-Tails, I had them. Here, let me check really
Yeah, them
quick.
ninth.
I have them at 9, just above Kevin and the Drashis. Now, yes, they had that forfeit win, and I wouldn't say they necessarily have a lot of impressive wins on their resume up to this point. But I think they're a lot better. Like they're 4-3, which is really respectable. Three, maybe 3-4 or 4-3, depending on how that game would have played out. But I think if you take away week one where I 6-0'd him, I don't think that was a good representation of what he's going to show. I think it was just like a week one and didn't prep well enough for Suicune. I think he could have maybe in a later week. Like I'm facing him this next week. We'll see how he does and with a second chance. And I really like the potential from him and his team. I think he has a really solid play that he hasn't shown yet, and at 4-3 he can use that to jump up in the standings. His roster, I've always loved it. I really like the Green Conference rosters. They're the type of rosters I'd like to use personally. I love Terrakion. Sylveon's amazing. Like his core, Dragon Steel Fairy Core is just so good. So if he uses these mons well and to their potential, I think he can start picking up some really quality wins.
All right, TPB.
All right. For me, I said this the last power rankings, but it's just I don't really see any terrible games from him besides week one. And as Carlos said, it's week one. It's a while back, and yeah, just there's a lot of really solid stuff. I do like his draft, and I couldn't put Objection and the Atlanta Dream Eater higher because they've only played 2 games, so that's why Rogue is above them. Yeah.
All right, Brandon, you had him a little bit lower.
Yeah, I had them at the bottom of the
Of like the
this what
middle
I'm calling the
pack.
next tier.
Yeah.
They are a real solid team. Like they're consistent. There's nothing too bad that I've seen other than obviously week one. Don't know how that match against Kevin really would probably turn my opinion one way or the other. But since it didn't happen and there was a forfeit, I still really haven't decided on him. I just know he's solid and consistent. So he earns middle of the pack, and obviously he has a playoff spot currently. So go Tulsa.
Yeah, go Tulsa.
All right, Mimi.
Good and consistent. And even though he had that forfeit win, I think he could go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I had him at 11 too, and I feel like for me his wins are kind of against other middle pack teams / lower. He doesn't really have any like really big wins yet, so I kind of find it hard to put him any higher. He hasn't disappointed me, but he hasn't really impressed me necessarily. So yeah, I just kind of put him here. I have Kevin and the Jirachis above him. Actually, my list is Brandon's right now. Pretty sure it's exactly Brandon's. Okay, it's Brandon's except Flip, Mimo, and Jeff. But yeah, I think he's playing solidly. He just needs to prove himself before he is any higher. All right, so let's go
Kevin, probably.
Yeah, let's go to Kevin. Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna switch the slides next. So let's talk about Kevin.
Okay, so with Kevin, he's definitely been trending downwards lately, and that's almost entirely due to he had a forfeit loss recently. He just hasn't been putting in enough effort. That's just honestly how it is. I think we can all agree that in the first maybe 4 weeks, he was one of the top players. Maybe 2, 3, could have been 1, depending on what you really were thinking. But I think when he's playing his best, he can be a dominant player. I love his play style. It's really hard to play against him, and he has a really offensive team like Azumarill, Coco, Nido King, the trio. He's even used Venomoth well early in this season. So, but when you're looking at the past few weeks, like I just gotta keep ranking him lower and lower because if he's not gonna try, he's gonna lose every single time, and there's not much that we can do about that as rankers, and that's why I have him at 10. I think he's better than. I think he could be up at like 5 or 6 maybe if he was trying. But as of now, I have to lower him to 10 because if he's not going to put in the effort, then I can't rank him that high.
All right, TP, I'm gonna save
All right.
you. I'm gonna save you for a little bit later because you have him a lot higher. So,
Okay.
all right, Brandon.
Yeah. Effort. Kevin, you're not giving a lot right now. Whereas Tulsa was very consistent. I'd say you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, where you're very inconsistent. Like one week you could come out and do really well, where the next it just doesn't look like you're trying. Like Carlos said, if you gave more, you could definitely be in top contention. How does he look in playoffs right now? Is he right on the borderline?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you keep it up, you definitely have a playoff shot. If you step up your game and become more consistent and do well every week. And that's about it.
Oh, yeah, and by borderline, because he's in Johto, that means he's last in the conference. So, just by a few differential.
Yeah.
There's so many 3 and 4 teams in that
Yeah.
conference.
God, our conference is stupid. It's so good. So yeah, Mimi.
What they said, you just need some more effort.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right. So, for me, and I think I'm gonna kind of foreshadow it TP saying because I think we both like really like his play like when he is on. I feel like he will start to pick his pace up a little bit just because I feel like he's been really busy lately and like he's been kind of hard to reach. But I've been hold on. Did he? I gotta check. Has he been trying to queue? Yes.
By the way,
No, just kidding. He said I lost my competitive edge. Rip. All right. That doesn't look the
you
case.
just by the way, would you rank him?
Oh right. I ranked him 9 as well. So yeah, that like message in particular, because I did have him like I think 2 higher, 1 or 2, but that message kind of like it was like, ugh, come on, just like get in there here, don't let like the standings fool you, because like it does say you're in last in the playoff race in our conference, but man, you could win your division, and I strongly believe that.
I think what he sort of just needs is a solid win that he feels confident in.
Yeah, and
Because like I know
that'll take him back.
lately I've been struggling. I've just across all sorts of leagues, and I got a win or 2 lately that just felt really good, and I think that could help me just in battling in general. But if he just gets that one win where he's like, "Yo, I'm really good," then I think he can get back in it.
Hmm. And I feel like he's probably one of the most like skilled battlers when it comes to like predicting in the league. So man, when he's on and he's making those predictions, like he could like really go far, maybe even like reach the finals or something. So TPB.
All right. So the first thing I want to say, like before I go into him, is he's 3 and 4, and he's last in the Johto division. So that's how hard the division is. Like he's 3 and 4, and he's last. But with Kevin, I went against him, and he kinda just out predicted me. But I won from hacks, so that kind of put him down. I put him higher than most other people because I feel like he like when he is doing well, he does really well. But when he's like with the prep, like word of advice, just you can either do two things. You can either prep with someone and make it go by faster while still changing up your prep a bit. Or I think the way Kevin is prepping is he's looking at what on his team does well against the other team, where he could look at what on the opponent's team does well against his team, so he could like counter prep them. Because I think he's just like looking at, hey, this does good, I'm gonna bring it, and because of that, he's bringing a lot of the same stuff. But when he plays well, I think he plays really well, so that's why I moved him higher than the other people.
Hmm. And I really think like once he gets one win, he'll be back in the upper half for sure. So yeah, pretty tough to see some of these teams this low, because they've been, some of them have been like really impressing me. Like the Jirachi been impressing me, and earlier in the season Kevin has been really impressing me. Um, so yeah, we'll see how the you know how the division will shake out. So flip that. Let's talk about the Bulus next, because we all have them in 8. I told you. I told all of you.
Yeah, you did.
So
Finally making my pick'ems correct.
I've been picking him the whole time. Actually, it's funny. The 1 week I didn't pick him was the 6-0 against Junior. Anyway, Carlos, go.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't a huge believer in this team. Having two coaches is always hard, and I know Chu really didn't like the draft. Wasn't it mostly Zone who
Yeah.
drafted?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's mostly Chu who plays.
Yeah, so with that being the case, it's definitely been a struggle. I think if he drafted, he'd easily be he'd easily be over 500. It's tough to say with that conference, but I think he'd have a stronghold on the wild card at least. And with his play, it's definitely shot through the roof lately. Like that game versus Junior opened my eyes to him. It's hard to just lead a Pokemon in 6-0. Like that doesn't happen
Yeah.
often. And
Not switching
for it
out
to be
once.
Gliscor, yeah, for it to be Gliscor against even Junior's team, like I haven't been a fan of his team, but I wouldn't look at this team and think Gliscor 6-0. So it's really impressive to see what he's been doing of late, and he just needs to stick to it and I don't know about, is Spectrum going to be playing a lot?
I don't think so. I think he just joined the server.
I think, yeah.
Okay, if Chu takes over and gets some consistency, I'm very excited to see his play because
I'm so scared.
yeah, exactly.
Like, I've been
If you
rooting
can
for him, but I'm
6-0
like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Like,
if you can 6-0 Junior, he's looked masterful at times too. I'm excited to see what happens with him going forward.
yeah,
All
TDB.
right. Just the last 2 weeks were really impressive. 6-0ing Junior and then beating Kevin, I think it was, which is pretty impressive. Chu really showed what he can do, even though the draft isn't his. And Gliscor is the only defensive Pokemon on that team besides Zapdos, and that's what he decides to 6-0 with. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, just solid play and solid prep. Everything good.
All right, Brandon.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction right here. Are you ready?
Ooh,
All right.
Chu goes to finals.
bruh, that's pretty bold.
I see
Y'all were haters.
Chu
I was
versus
not a hater. I liked his team all along as long
versus-
as
I have
Zone
too.
wasn't playing.
Like,
I'm still a hater.
like how Mimo was for Junior, I have been for Chu.
Yeah, I love how Chu's been playing. He's stepped it up. He's covering ground for Zone. He is gonna shoot up this ladder. He's gonna win. He's gonna win the Johto conference.
Ooh.
In a whole, or it is in playoffs.
Oof. I mean,
He'll win the match and
I
go
think-
into the finals.
all right, this week 8 with me versus him is gonna decide the division. IMO.
Yeah.
I don't know. You
God, I'm
still
so
got
scared.
what's his name? What's that team? The Jirachi's in the back though.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. I wanna kick your ass, dude. I'm coming for you, man. No, I'm gonna go full try hard. But oh god, I'm so scared of you. Anyway, go ahead, Mimi.
She was my favorite team
Oh wait, is it my turn?
in
Mhm.
total.
True. I ain't believe it. I didn't believe in you at first. I ain't even like your team. Um, but then you started showing out and stuff, and I was like, oh, this might actually be a team now. I know I hacked you out, which I'm not even mad about because I needed it. But even though you're 6-0, the best player in the league, and you might make
Thanks.
playoffs, and you might even make finals, I still think that you just like, but there's just other teams.
+1.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, you know what? I might put him higher than 8.
It's too late. We're in the video.
No, I didn't. I didn't make a slide. He's at
No,
7.
this isn't the video. This is the prep video.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot another hour and a half video. We're only at
Legit?
36 minutes though, so we're going pretty fast.
Hey,
So yeah, for me, like, I would say like 5 through 8 are really like a cut above like the lower half. I really feel that like the teams in this like these spaces could really go to finals, like, and there's a really high chance of it. And I feel that I'm really excited for Chu. And y'all were hating, but his early weeks when he was playing and not zone, like a lot of the reasons why he lost were like kind of out of his control. I think his only like straight loss was against me, and that was a really close game. Like there wasn't any like super bad hacks. It was just like a really close game. And like man, like his team is so scary to play against, and I think the reason why he will make playoffs is because if you don't prep for his team and if you're like not in the mood to play Pokemon, you're gonna get bodied. Like straight up, because like if you just keep like switching out, and that's a lot of mistakes, but about the people lower than him are making. They keep switching out. They keep like they're underrating his like the pure power of his team. Like, ugh. Like Chu's really adapting to his team, and I'm really excited to see where he goes. And I will not be surprised if he will be in the maybe even the top 4. If he'll be in the top 3 if he beats me. And that's not bragging. That's like I'm not trying to. Okay. I'm not. All right.
Sure.
Zone for season 1.
Bring back Zone again. So when you play
Excuse
against
me, I mean Chu.
Is he even gonna? Is Zone ever coming back?
Who knows?
he's moral support.
Let's forget about it.
But yeah,
Zone,
I'm
we
really
need you
excited
to
for
come
the
back
boys.
to us.
I'm really excited for that team. So, talk about Carlos.
Yeah.
Talk about
Okay.
yourself.
So, I definitely think I was playing well for the first couple weeks. And then Mr. Brandon here throttled me. And
I wouldn't say I throttled you.
he 6-0'd me almost, not really, but yeah, no, it was a demoralizing loss. Cobalion has always been my on my threat list. It beats me down every time. But after that, I sort of just started losing. And let me see specifically who I lost to. I know I lost to Jordan, which I'm not as upset about that loss. The loss against Austin, I think I could have won that game. I didn't prep for the
Prep
right
for the
team,
wrong
which
team.
sucked. But
Yeah, that was.
I almost won, so I'm very happy with my play that game, and I've been improving from where I've been losing lately. And I think what I just need to do is play more consistently, prep better. I'll have more time coming up, and I think I can swing things up. I'm just I don't know. We'll see. I like my team now. I made some clutch trades getting Bulu and Garchomp, and I'm really excited to see how those two Pokemon work. Salamence wasn't working for me. I think it was 1 in 5 with me, and so it's mainly a defogger, which is not what Salamence is supposed to be. So if I utilize my new squad and everything goes right, I could be a decent team.
All right,
All right.
TPB, you have him hella high.
I have you 2 higher than the others.
Or
Well, I could even argue for you at 4th place. I think you're better than Junior. I think you're better than Objection. He's only played 2 games and they're against mid to low tier teams. For me, it's just you're better than the people below you. You play pretty solid, even though you've had a couple losses. You still have like a positive record. You're in playoffs right now. You're gonna do fine. You're a solid player,
You just had some
and you touch pretty well.
unlucky breaks. Well, I mean, you just got bodied by Brandon, but like after that,
yeah, I got bodied by Brandon.
you just had
Drop on my neck.
two unlucky breaks. So
But it's okay. Hey, my worst loss was against the number 1 overall guy, so yeah.
all right,
Not for
Brandon.
long.
True.
Anyway, since this is the practice video, and this isn't final, I'm also going to move Carlos up 1 above Objection,
God
mainly
damn
for the reasons
it.
that have been stated before. I just haven't seen Objection play. He's won against mid to low tier teams. So I can't really have an opinion on him. I guess most of it's on the team and what was done before. So that's still just kind of a wild card. And I don't have an opinion on that currently. Carlos, you went on vacation and your mind kind of got out of it. You weren't able to play against Jordan. I understand that. You would have caught the L anyway. So that's out of your reach. Prepping for the wrong team, man. That's your fault. Sorry about that.
well.
Banded Crook, though. Oof. But
Banded
yeah,
Crook.
if you would have stuck around to play those, even if you still lost both of those, I think you would have played better and you'd be higher. I think that you deserve 4 or 5 if you hadn't
I agree.
lost to Jordan and Austin. But, you know, what happens, happens.
All right, Mimi.
Good player.
Plus
Plus
one.
one.
Plus
Plus 1.
one. So
Good
yeah,
analysis.
for me, I think I had you at 6. Yes, I think 6. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of like Objection has been really impressing me lately, and I'm really excited to see where that team goes. But he's a little bit unproven, and like you said, he's only won against kind of mid to low tier teams. So yeah, I feel like you're better than them. I feel like the Bulus need one more win to rise above you, so you're safe for now. I was debating putting you above Junior, but I just think Junior's win against Brandon was too impressive. So yeah, I think you're again really solid team, and you'll be fine. You'll go to playoffs.
All right.
All right, so let's talk about Objection.
Objection.
We've already kind of talked about him a little bit.
Okay, so I'll have to echo some of what's been said. I haven't seen a lot of him, and he's beat 2 teams that we have very low on the list. I think both are bottom what, 5? Yeah, I have both of them in the bottom 4. But from what I've heard about him and what I've seen in other leagues, he seems to be a really solid player. And he's turned a team that I don't like into a really. He's been playing well with it. Um, I like Lando T, but the rest of the squad, they're just not Pokemon I'd prefer to use. And I think if he can continue to show wins like this against quality players, I can maintain the spot I'm at. I have to say it's probably a little hype from him using the team well, putting him so high. But like this week he faces Kevin. If they do end up battling, if and he gets that win, I can definitely affirm him at this position. Maybe higher, though it's hard to move him up anymore. I have him at 5, which is definitely a bit high. I just I can't put myself above him since I'm I can't put myself that high yet. I need to get some wins, and I put him above Junior, who yes he beat Brandon this week, but the 6-0 loss to Chu just it's hard to decide where to put him right now.
Alright.
Alright.
TVB, you had him.
I have him on the bottom half. I have him at 10 because like he beat Hank and Mimo, I think. Hank and Mimo, and they're low tier teams, and I just can't put you above the people who I've seen more out of. And yeah, it's just I can't put you any higher. You're doing pretty well. Keep it up. Yeah.
And Brandon.
Yeah. Like what's been said before. You got the 2 wins this week. You play Kevin next week. I still don't know if I would be decided if you beat Kevin, depending on how Kevin plays. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Like you play
I'm
with
trying to search for the schedule.
Jordan the week after. Then you play. All right.
Oh, week
Game
10.
against Noah's gonna be important.
I
That's
don't want to
gonna
play.
probably make or break the season. Well, you've got TPB right after, so
Oh
you've
my
got a
God.
harder end of
Hey.
your schedule. Yeah,
I want to quit the league, dude. It's getting really hard.
yeah. You've got. Let's see. In your last 4 weeks, you have Noah, TPB, the Jirachis, who could arguably shoot up, and Austin.
Nice.
So,
Sounds fun.
Oof,
I guess we're gonna see what you're made of in those weeks.
that's disgusting.
That's a hard schedule, man. Sorry about that one.
Well, I mean, it was
That's
like
wild.
kind of easier. Then it's like, oh, just kidding. Welcome to hell.
So yeah, you're unproven. I've heard good stuff about you, so let's see it.
Mimi.
Good player.
And that's the game.
And that's the game.
Good. You beat me, sadly. You did good in CPA. You also beat me in that. Beating me up, and if you beat me up, you can beat other people up. So you know what? You got it.
+2.
Yeah, that's +4, dude. So yeah, just I feel like kind of like the little subtle nuances of some of your plays they really impressed me, and I do think you deserve to be in the upper half just because of I feel like some of your predictions that you made were pretty impressive. So I liked watching your games. So yeah, I think you could definitely make a run for the title. Any of these top 8 teams, and honestly, even some of the bottom half teams can make a run for the title. Because this is a tough league right now. It's really tough. So yeah, you just have to prove yourself against these higher tier teams so far. And you are a new coach, you're a little bit unproven, but if everyone's putting you at like 5 through 7, then well, I guess 5 through 10, but then you must be doing something good because you your average, like the team's average, like 2 weeks ago was like, I think like 12. So definitely impressive jump for the team and with the new coach. So yeah, next
Junior.
Junior.
Yeah, he's averaged at 5.
All right, Carlos.
Okay, so the GOAT has arrived. I think if we like, I know definitely early in the season he was higher, but the past few weeks we've definitely seen him sort of get exposed. The battle versus Chew sort of just puts it up there where I really don't know where to put him at this point. He's a very solid record. He's had some very nice games early on, but of late, I just had to move him down lower. I have him at 6. I almost want to move him lower, but his record is I just can't do it. So if he continues to play like this, I'll have to move him down. But I think especially in his division, he'll be able to at least make playoffs. Maybe wild card. I think he'll win his division.
I think.
But I just haven't been impressed by him of late, and I want to see more stuff like the Necrozma, stat boosting, sweeping, all that stuff. If he can pull stuff like that again, I could see him being a very, very impressive playoff team. But as of now, I'm really questioning what I've been seeing.
He did beat Brandon though.
That's true. He did beat Brandon this week, but I think Brandon was due for a loss. So although it's an impressive win, it's really hard to
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing.
All right, TPB. You have him
Yeah.
4.
I have him at 4. In hindsight, I could move him down to 5 or 6, but I feel like he got destroyed by Chew. Like, absolutely obliterated. But then you beat Brandon, who was the highest team, so it's kind of just... He's in this gray area where I don't know where to put him. But overall, he's the only other person he's lost to is Jeff, which is a kind of questionable loss, but it's his only loss other than Brandon. So it's, I don't know. I just put him high.
All right, Brandon.
Or yeah, other than
Yeah,
Chew.
yeah.
Other than Chew.
All right. I have Junior at 5 this week. He did beat me. But I feel like my stock currently is really overvalued. Like, I don't think that after a while, I'm going to cool down after a while. Like, this is very abnormal. So, in the game against him, I mean, it was really close. I missed a couple things. I got over predicted at one point, and that really screwed me. Or he saw a play that I didn't, and he made it. So good on you. Good for seeing that. Like other people have said, you're at 5. You're in that gray area that I can't determine where you're going to go after this. But yeah, you're looking pretty good for your division. I think you'll definitely clinch that number 1 spot if you haven't already.
Halfway through the season.
Already clinched.
All right, Mimi, your boy.
I don't know what you done did, but while you're at vacation Bible school, I'm gonna need you because I don't know how you let choose 6 you with the glide score.
Plus,
To the team, he run the glide score. It's whatever, man. I still believe in you, but you need to be praising the Lord and you need to be praising your team because it's not looking too good.
So, personally, I have it 5. Personally, I think he will end up lower as the weeks go on. Because, like, I'm pretty sure his schedule gets tough. Actually, hold on, I'm going to check.
Yeah, he's had a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah, pretty easy
I know he
schedule so
faces
far.
me.
Um,
I think 10 I face him.
So, you did beat Brandon, so match of the season. So you've got
Plus
Jake, rank 16. Then you have me. Fuck.
You have a hard schedule this end.
I know. I've had a hard schedule the entire year. I've actually had one of the hardest schedules in the entire league.
Yeah.
Ugh. So let's say then you got me, then you've got Carlos, then you've got Hank again, whatever. But then you got Austin, then you've got Rogue, which could do something.
That's not an easy game.
It's not.
so.
No, it's not. It's not an easy win. You're favored, but don't sleep. And then I would also say don't sleep on Jeff because he beat you. So pretty tough schedule from here on out for Junior, and I don't know if he has it in him. So
I think he does, purely based on his division.
true. I'm talking like league overall though, and like power rankings, because I think he'll win this division pretty easily. I mean, unless like for some reason the rest of his division has an easy schedule too, which I doubt. But yeah. So, I think we'll see. You're so inconsistent that I don't even know where to put you. So I just kind of put you in the middle.
Noah, I think I want to fight you for toughest schedule. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's pretty close. Anyway, let's talk about you, TPB.
Oof.
Who?
Okay.
Exactly.
We're
Who?
Who?
So I have TPB at 3, and I see some of the people here have him as low as 6, 4,
That's
3.
that's himself. That doesn't count. Just
True.
cut that out. It's 3 and 4.
Yeah, I can understand. I ranked myself lower too because it's hard to like boast on that. But I from what I've seen from him this season, he took over a team that was he had 2 coaches before you.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I've really liked what I've seen out of him. His play, just everything. His team, I really like also. Feeney, just great. I love his team. Let's look at his schedule. So
It's pretty dumb too.
Week
yeah, I know it's
7
pretty
on.
tough.
Bro, I've had a hard schedule since the beginning.
Neither of you have the toughest schedule. The Blues have the toughest schedule.
Yup.
Yeah. God.
True.
Since you've been playing, you haven't had any really bad losses.
All your losses are respectable.
So I think going forward, just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll turn. Since you've been playing, you've been good. Your team's been good. So just I would be surprised if you didn't make playoffs. Like I have you at 3, so that makes sense. But I see TBB jumping past the Dream Eaters. I see him ending 3rd in the conference.
Also, I'm gonna point out one thing, Carlos.
Yeah.
Your 3, 4, and 5 are all from the blue division.
Yeah.
The busted division.
I think that the blue division is really solid. Although
Gold division's
the
pretty good.
Dream Eaters, my 4 and 5, I'm not as favorite on them. I see them going down. But yeah, TVB, you rock.
All right.
Talk about yourself, BB.
Okay. With me, I lost to Noah. It was a pretty sketchy loss to
Sorry.
say,
I'm so sorry.
but
I'm so sorry.
and the other loss was to Blub, which was also pretty sketchy. So, like,
And then
I don't think I really have any true losses except for against Kevin, in which I won, but that was pretty sketchy. It's all sketchy.
Hacks on hacks.
For me, I think I've been using Tapu Fini and Frailigator pretty well. Tapu Fini's 3rd on the kill leaders, and it's like a defensive Pokemon.
Mhm.
And yeah, I started off season 0-2. I think I said that in the last video too. Yeah, Brandon, talk about me.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk about you. Yeah, you're in 4. You and Austin are interchangeable. I think Austin's on a downward trend of recent.
And you're on an upward
Um,
trend.
huh?
And he's on an upward trend.
Yeah. So I could argue that you could grab the 3 spot, but it's neck and neck right now. You've played great since you've taken over the team. I have no qualms with any plays. You make good predictions, and yeah, you've got a hard schedule, but you can finish in that division pretty high. Yeah.
All right, Yumi?
Wait, which team are the California Crowdons?
Me.
Who?
Yeah, who?
Oh,
I think it's Junior.
Yeah,
TPP.
True.
I think it is too.
Dang, good job. Nice.
Hey.
Good player.
Good. You
Plus
play.
1.
You play good. So yeah, I forget. You were like 3 or 4, whatever. Doesn't matter. So yeah, you should have beat me. Okay, so you should only have 1 loss right now, right?
Yeah,
So like,
Kevin.
that would put you like 2nd best in the league. Yeah, I might put you
1-1.
above me actually.
Oh.
But that I would too. I'd put him on. Well, no, it's hard to put him higher, but
Yeah, put him higher than me.
like
You would too.
record does have a big impact for me. Like
But like,
even if there are
True.
hacksy losses, like you gotta. The other team has to prep well enough to put themselves in the position to get the hacks win. So
But
Yeah.
it was Rump's fault. Rump and Guzma just couldn't do anything
that's true.
and just screwed TPB over.
but yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
when
you're
when I faced Feeney, that Feeney almost destroyed me.
yeah, and like just prepping. Ugh. Ugh.
Well,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Never TPB drafts, you know it's just gonna be some bull
So,
crap.
bold prediction. Here's my bold prediction. Okay.
Oh no.
The top 4 teams in the playoffs. So like
Semifinals?
Kanto finals and Johto finals. It'll be Bulus versus Crawdons, and then Electivire versus Oranguru.
Maybe Electivire or Oranguru versus
Well, I mean, it really depends, like,
Junior.
what the seeding is.
Junior.
Okay.
But that's my bold prediction. Yeah, I think you'll eventually topple, because like you are 3 and 4, which
Exactly.
oof, but you'll be yeah. I think you're gonna win the division. And like I love Austin. He plays really well, but yeah, you're like a really good battler. So
You need to
Speaking
change
of
the
Austin,
game.
Oh, what a transition.
oof.
yeah. Speaking of Austin, and I will begin speaking of him. I have him at 4. I really wanted to put him lower. I will say I think he's an amazing battler, and I think pure on skill, 3 or 4 is a great position for him. But he's 5 and 2 and +3, so he's averaging less than 1 differential per win, which is really sketch. And his differential is even lower than TPB's, who's 3 and 4. So just on that, it's hard for me to rank him as high. Like according to that, he should be losing more than he is, but I think he's a really good battler. That's why I kept him at 4. I think he's more skilled than the people below him at battling. So based on that purely and his wins, I had to keep him there. But I see him. I see like Noah saying TPB taking the division, but there's no way he misses playoffs. That's why I kept him at 4, because I think no matter what, he's gonna make playoffs, and he's a really good player.
I mean,
but I
ugh.
just need to see an impressive win out of him.
I mean,
Because
for me, sorry to interrupt you.
no, it's all good.
Ugh, I think it'll be a tough race. All right, it'll be a really tough race between True Objection and Austin for the
Yeah.
2 wild cards. Like, oh, that'll be heartbreaking for whoever. I feel like whichever one of those 3 will miss, that'll be really tough. But I feel like, of course, like it'll be the easiest time for Austin just because like of he's got 2 more wins than Chu and 1 more win than Objection, so he's already ahead. But if he starts slipping, man, that'll be really tough. So I don't feel like he's a lock, especially in the Johto. So anyway, sorry to interrupt, TPP.
Okay. I think Austin has fantastic prep. His prep versus Kevin was like terrific. His prep versus you, like, you know, he brought like HP Steel on his Tornadus, which we were like joking about before the battle. Like, oh, what if
it
he
was a
brings
meme.
HP
It was
Steel?
literally a meme, and he brought it.
And then he brought it, and like
What a god.
it would have done work.
Yeah, I had the
So.
Steelberry though, so I counter memed.
I think his prep is really well, and he's also battling really well.
Mm-hmm.
The only like sketchy one was against Carlos because he almost lost, and Carlos didn't even bring like the right team. So yeah,
Bandit Crook was fired though.
it is.
Crook wrecked his team. I wish I prepped right.
All right, so Brandon.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't have brought Bandit Crook.
I don't know. Crook matched up really well against his team, regardless.
Anyway, here's what I'm gonna say.
Anyway,
If TPB and Austin had the same strength of schedule for the next 6 weeks, I think TPB takes the division. That's not the case. The Crowbats have a relatively easy schedule going forward. Depending on what happens next week, they play next week, by the way.
Hey,
ooh,
That's going to be big.
Oof.
But after that, he plays Jake. Then
If he
on
loses
to
that,
Blues,
oh my
which
god.
is going to be the Blues.
Jake will sweep.
Then on to Kevin. If Kevin keeps not prepping or anything, I think Austin easily has that game. Then he plays Junior. Who knows what's going to happen to Junior? There's a lot of ifs. It's a lot of ifs. Then he plays Mimo.
No. Yeah.
And then, depending on how
Then he
Objection
plays
does,
Objection, yeah.
there's a lot of ifs.
There is a lot of
But I
ifs.
definitely think even if all those ifs turn out to be better than expected, TPB still has a worse schedule ahead of him.
yeah, I don't go against anyone in the orange division or whatever color it is, which is Jake, Jeff, and Hank, which are 3 of the bottom 5.
Oof.
ooh.
Me-
You wouldn't even want to go against Jake. He would sweep you.
Oof.
Physical Keldeo.
He would,
Yeah,
He would crit,
like, I
he would
don't-
crit burn you.
I don't have a switch. I don't.
You crit your
Um,
Guzzlord.
Austin, good
Player.
battler.
Good insert noun here.
Good dog.
Easy.
+3.
You win. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't see you missing playoffs. I think I think Objection will miss playoffs barely. It really depends though. God. Ugh. Ugh is all I have to say. But yeah. I feel like when you play against me, you play like really well, but it does kind of trouble me, and I don't know if it was just like a team matchup thing, but it does like trouble me that I didn't win by hacks, and I won like decently well, like not wasn't like a big win, but it wasn't. It was more down pat than I would think, and there wasn't really hacks in that game, so that kind of concerns me a little bit. Um, and I had to hacks TPB to beat him, so I'm kind of iffy. Like I think Austin's a terrific battler. I don't know if his team's really scary, but I don't. It's just something. Like I'm kind of feeling a downward trend with him. I don't know. I hope he does well. Like great, yeah, really great guy, and like he's a really good battler. But I don't know. It's just some about it. I have a feeling. So
Speaking of Noah, that's the next team we're going to. And
Man,
we all have the top two in unison, just like number 8. But with Noah, I think he has, like, at first, I knew he had one of the better teams, but I think his team is probably either number 1 or 2 draft. So that alone, he's using it really well also, and he's a fantastic battler. He has a good record, good differential. Everything's just matching up, and he's beating opponents that are tough, like Austin. I know the TPV match was haxy, but he still got the win. And for me, wins matter a lot. And I like even though he's in the toughest conference, and he's
I
the
think
number
it's
one
the
player.
second toughest division.
Second, yeah. So with all that in mind, him at 2. I'd almost have him at 1, but Brandon has 1 more win and 9 more differential, so
Yeah,
I just can't
that
do it
plus
yet.
20's busted.
If Brandon gets 6-0 this week and Noah gets a 6-0, I'll move him up.
Me
But
too.
other than that, like, there's not much to say. He's been fantastic this season, and it's nearly impossible for him to miss playoffs. Knock on wood.
TPB.
all right.
Try not to be too salty.
I'm not gonna be salty. You play really well. Belly drum slow, bro.
I'm so sad it didn't work. That swept your team.
That was the GOAT
That
set.
swept your team,
Oh
dude.
my
I'm
goodness.
not even lying.
All
I
I'm gonna
helped him
say
with
is
that.
oof.
I'm so sad you didn't stealth rock.
All I gotta say is oof. And one of your losses was to Brandon, so he's the top team right now. You're doing really good. You play well, you prep well, everything's good.
All right, Brandon.
I almost put you at 1 this week.
No.
You're a fantastic battler. Our match, I think I just brought mons that you weren't exactly expecting, 100%. And I made a couple reads. That was about it. TPB match is haxy, but like Carlos says, wins get you to playoffs. Not hacks, I guess. Which you did end up getting the win. The only questionable loss you have is against Mimo.
Yeah.
Since then and before that, you've always been solid and consistent. You're neck and neck with me, so I also think I'm being overvalued currently, but that's a whole nother story.
Right, Mimo.
Anything to say about Noah?
Good battler.
You should be undefeated.
No.
TPB shouldn't have won. Oh wait, he didn't win, did he? I don't know.
He should have won. I got a crit on Draco.
Oh. Really
I mean, to be
slow, bro.
fair, out of the haxy things that happened this season, that was one of the lesser ones because it was only really like that one thing. Like the crit was the only thing, but
The
anyway,
Raikou roll,
that was
50-50.
it's not
I lose
even that
every
bad.
50-50. I've learned to accept that.
+1.
Hey, at least you're not true who loses 60-60.
What?
60-40?
No, 60-60.
No, 66.
Okay.
How does that work?
True must be like magic or something if he's in 60-60s.
I'm telling you, he's
I don't know
magic. He's
what's
going to
wrong with you,
finals.
but
Anyway.
Hacks does not like him at all.
To pull it back, I'm a little iffy on myself in this league only because I don't know. I don't know how far I'm gonna get in the playoffs. Like, I think I'll make playoffs, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough because, like, I just feel with the Brandon game, my head was not in the game at all. Like, I didn't want to battle. I don't know. That was just a bad game, and like just the crit turn when I was just like, yeah, fuck this game. I don't want to play. So I just kind of blew, and then I definitely think there are like holes in my play, and I do I kind of disagree with Carlos. I don't think my team is as solid as it might look. When prepping, there are definitely a decent amount of holes, and that I don't see in some of the other teams in this league. Definitely think I could have drafted like a little better. It's definitely like a solid team, but I don't know. There are like a decent amount of holes in my play, and I just don't feel like I'm gonna make it too far in playoffs. We'll see, and I don't know.
Speaking of Brandon,
Speaking of,
so he was undefeated before this week. His differential is plus 20. He lost to Junior, who's definitely been really good at times, and like you can't if he lost to someone like I don't know, well Jordan, who he's losing to next week, but if he lost to like Jake or one of the other lower teams, then maybe I'd be questioning his ranking at 1 over Noah, but he hasn't shown anything this season that negates him being in the number 1 spot. And I see him at worst making the conference finals, whatever the top 4, whatever that is.
yeah.
That I think that's worst case scenario for him. So I'm excited to see his play going forward. He is another team that I think is really solid. If you take out Pex and Blissey, but I think he's been having a fantastic season. Which, although I agree with him, he's been playing better than usual. And I think that anyone who has 20 differential at any point in any season is a solid player who's just doing well. Period.
All right. Yeah, you lost to Junior, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch that entire match because I didn't want to watch the stall fest. But
Me either.
from what I heard, it was a little hacksy, and you played really well. I feel like your prep, it's pretty good. You never have like, yeah, you just good player, good player.
Good player, plus 1.
Brandon, talk about yourself.
If I must. I'm gonna get brought down to earth this week. I'm gonna get handed a fat L by Jordan.
Jordan's gonna 6-0 you.
I wouldn't say that, but
I mean, all right.
He's gonna give me a run. for
Jordan
money.
showed me his team, and it's pretty heat. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, like I said.
I will say it's different than most.
He
ones.
got
No,
JK.
no,
This-
no.
I'm
Unfair
switching my pick'ems.
Unfair
No.
advantage. Unfair advantage
Oh.
for Brandon.
Anyway, he got my ball started rolling this season with the win that shouldn't have been for me.
Oh yes.
And then it was a rocky start for me this season, but he got it rolling. He's coming back with vengeance. But other than that, I've played really well this season. I'm very proud of myself for my record. Like in the other leagues I'm in, if you take my all-time win-loss, I think I have just as many, if not one less win in this league than I do all time. So I'm not usually a solid battler. Like, sure, I'm about 500, but I'm playing well over my expectations. So go me for now.
Woo!
Woo!
Go Tulsa.
Go Tulsa.
Go Tulsa. Mimi.
And I also don't think that conference
Wait,
playoffs
what?
is my worst case scenario. I think I'll make playoffs, but round 1 might be tough.
Yeah, you might make playoffs if Junior doesn't make playoffs, which he will make playoffs and finals.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, you clearly have been showing everyone that you're the best battler here, even though you somehow lost to Junior. I don't know how that happened, but good for
I thought
Junior.
Junior was the best player.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but I watched the whole game or not. But Thor always wins in my.
I've
Unless
never
you-
played stall in my entire life.
Unless you pick Star Bastiodon, and then you're not winning anything.
Johns.
Okay, but yeah, you're an amazing battler. Good,
Good.
awesome. Nice. Playoffs, you win.
So
+1.
+1.
Plus
So
0.
for
Thank
me,
you.
and like I don't know, it'd be pretty dumb to not put you number 1 because you're guaranteed at least conference finals. Like it's either gonna be it's a pretty slim chance that it's not gonna be you or Carlos in the finals. Like Junior is probably like a 10%, and then anyone else, it's like it'll be tough. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Jake.
Jake,
I
Is
believe
he
it.
confirmed out of playoffs? Question mark.
No.
Not
No.
yet.
No.
There's no way in that division.
Let's see. He goes to 6-6.
No, he's not out.
If Carlos
Oh my
gets 2
goodness.
more wins, Junior gets 1 more win, or Rogue gets 2 more wins, he's out. Or at least he's out of the
Oof.
division winner.
But that's like playoffs though. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll see.
He has a chance.
He has a chance. Anyway, back to Brandon. Yeah, I just feel like you sure have played better than me when I played against you, and I feel weren't you kind of memeing against Junior?
All right, I wasn't exactly memeing, but here's what I said to myself when I went into the battle. I knew that my offense couldn't beat whatever his offense was thought up to be. Like, you don't know what offense he's gonna hit you with. Like,
True.
we were joking about physical Necrozma before the battle. Then he brought physical Necrozma with sword stance.
It was so insane.
So, in my mind, I thought that stall was my best chance. Although I have little to no experience with it, I felt that my offense / whatever I usually do wasn't going to work this week. I thought if I got up rocks, which I never was able to do because of Scarf Blissey, it would have been a totally different game and he wouldn't have been able to switch out like he did, whereas I would have and got Regenerator. But, stuff happens. I misplayed. I wouldn't say I meaned this week, but it was what it was. I thought I played okay, but could have played better.
But yeah, and I personally think your team is top 2. I definitely think it's better than mine. I don't know. There's like a couple teams on this that I think are like really solid, but I don't know. I just think your team really complements your playstyle. And yeah, I don't see you not going far in playoffs. Like there's no way.
Rip.
So yeah, should be good.
Mm-hmm.
GG.
Does anyone have any like hype up like some weeks in the future, or like many more like bold predictions?
Isn't week 9 like the week? I think that's a really good week. Yeah, TPB versus Brandon, me versus Ryan, Tulsa versus Mimo,
Me versus
Jake
Junior.
Jake beating Austin, me versus Junior. I'm excited for that week.
I'm excited to see. All right, I'm not excited to see a lot of Hank's matches because they're all the same.
Oh my
But
god, chill
I'm
out.
excited to see him versus Kevin if Kevin just continues on this downward trend.
If he beats Kevin, that'd be heartbreaking. I'm gonna
Yo,
say.
he's facing the Aerodactyls. We're good. Yo, hold on. Week 13, week 14, Hank. Fire.
Who's he facing?
He's facing Jordan, then he's facing Jake.
Yo, those could be some
Oof.
quality
So
matches.
he's gonna
honestly.
get
Those
2
are-
wins in his first 2 matches, and then 2 wins in the last 2, and
Yeah,
losses. in
okay,
the
honestly, hold on.
I hope
If
y'all
he-
know we are still recording.
Because,
God.
hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
We're hyping up Hank. So, if he beats Jeff, right, which he did last time, okay, that's 3 and 5, right? Okay. He might beat Kevin. I'm not counting on it. Let's say he
Okay, so
does.
4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5. Tulsa
Th-
on tail.
honestly-
That's like not too bad of a matchup. 5 and 5. Junior.
5 and 5 guarantees like playoff spots. or
I know.
just
Going down.
All right,
Going down.
Junior's going down 6 and
6
5.
and 5.
I'm going down 7 and 5. And then 2 really good matches at the. So okay, Hank actually
Bold
might have a
prediction: he
chance.
goes undefeated for the rest of the season.
That's a very bold prediction.
That's very bold.
Bold prediction. For Alligator has 8 kills right now. There's 7 weeks left. He's gonna get 50 kills total.
Bold
Nice
prediction:
meme.
Chandelure is no longer Hank's Zeman, as the doc says.
Oh, I told him to change it. What did he change
I
it
don't,
to?
we can't change the roster page.
Oh,
Only
right.
you can.
He changed the Mimikyu.
Crabominable.
Oh no,
I
it
need
was
to-
Crab. It was Crab. Yeah.
Z Brutal Swing.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
need to change mine too.
Nice.
Do you? Oh,
Hey, can I change mine? Well,
Anyway, okay, let's do another fun thing.
Fun thing. All right.
Let's predict who will be the kill leader by the end of the season. Since it's like mid-year, and that's like we kind of do some mid-year things.
Oh,
Circuitry.
Which has now been
it could be
proper-
Zerktree.
the leaders.
Hmm.
I
I don't
think
see. I think it's gonna be either Feeny, Dragonite, or Latias. It's like one of those three. I don't like a lot of these top 12. I don't see a lot of them doing it. It's hard. Like after the top 5 or 6, I don't see any of those staying here.
same. Maybe Zygarde.
Entei.
I,
Calling
th-
it.
I think
Zygarde's
Zygarde will stay because Hank relies on it so much. I think Entei and Latias might stay or not. I don't know. I think Zygarde
fun
would definitely
fact,
stay.
Lottie hasn't gotten a kill since week 2 or 3.
Necroz would definitely stay. Tornadus would definitely stay. All of those top ones would definitely stay. Bold prediction: Dragonite will be kill leader because
+1.
all of Jordan's wins were Dragonite. All 2 of them.
Carlos, what mon do you want me to 6-0 you with? Because I'll predict that for kill leader.
Here, let me look at your team. Toxic
Mudsdale.
Pack.
Mudsdale.
Toxic Pack.
Mudsdale for kill leader.
No, I would not let. No, Mudsdale's not 6-0. That's never happening.
Does that mean you have to bring a flying type?
No, I'm
You have to use all right, Star Raptors confirmed against my team, boys. he just tipped me off. Star Raptors confirmed so he doesn't lose the Muds.
You're right. You're right.
All right. For me, it could be any of the top 5 right now, plus Zygarde 10%, because I think Jeff's actually using that really well, and it has like 8 kills right now.
Mhm.
And yeah,
If I'm gonna be for real and not going bold, for Alligator or Feeny.
hey,
Oh
I
yeah.
think for Alligator definitely has a chance, even though it's
Me
not
too.
even in the top 12.
hey,
Yeah.
we all know why that happened.
What did you drop for that? Swampert?
Swampert
Swampert, yeah. All right.
Oh.
for Alligator went undrafted.
One more thing before we go. Let's predict top 4 finals, and then who you think's gonna win.
Okay.
Okay.
Carlos.
I think I mean me and Brandon in Kanto. This one's a little harder. I think it'll be TPB and Austin for. I don't know how the seating will work. I think.
If TPB or if Austin gets fourth, or if Austin gets wildcard 2, and then TPB wins the division, that can happen. I think it'll be tough.
If TPB gets second in the conference, would that be able to happen?
Yes, but he has to be third
That-
wildcard. I mean, he has to be second wildcard. He can't be first wildcard.
Okay.
Why not?
Then I'll safely
Because
pick.
2 and 3 face each other in the first week of the playoffs.
Okay.
Uh,
Then I don't know. Never mind. I'll say TPB and I could see. Okay, I gotta pick something. I'll pick Noah.
Okay.
I just think Noah's better than everyone in the division.
All right, top 2.
Top. Ooh.
Yeah, we're doing all. We're doing all 3.
Oh. I think it'll be TPB Brandon.
All right, winner.
Bruh.
Brandon.
Okay. Where's the coin? I could. That's hard. That's a hard one. I could
you know,
see.
there's an if I even fucking make conference.
You're right. A based off team matchup, I'd have to go Brandon. It's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
to say, but I'll go Brandon.
All right, TPB go.
Okay. Carlos and Brandon, and then Austin and Noah.
Okay, top 2.
Austin and Brandon, and then Brandon wins.
Okay, Brandon.
Y'all are weak. I'm going for full playoff picture.
Bruh.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right, here's the playoff picture. Orin Guru, first Division 1 winner. Marini's, Division 2 winner.
Oh no.
Chu, Division 1 winner.
What do you mean?
TPB, Division 2 winner.
Oh wait, never mind. I thought you
those
put
were all the
wildcard
division
1. I'm
winners.
like, I'm really confused.
Wild card 1, Oklahoma City, Electivire. Wild card 2, Tulsa Huntails. Nothing changes currently
In Kanto.
in Kanto. Johto, wild card 1, Golden State War Turtles. Wild card 2, Louisville Crowbats. Conference winners, Brandon and Carlos versus TPV
What?
and Noah.
He doesn't mean like battling.
Versus. It's a 2-on-2.
Wait, what? No.
Hey, wait,
you're my
that's
partner now.
RBL. That's
You're
RBL.
my partner now.
Hey, yo!
Yo, that's RBL.
Are you doing RBL finals?
I guess so. Finals. OKC versus Golden State War Turtles. Winner. Golden State War Turtles.
Oof, what? Get out of here.
Ooh, I +1 to Brandon's +1.
That's pretty heat, but like, I don't know if
You
I'd win
would,
that, dude.
man.
All right, Mimi, go. You can do
What are we
either
doing?
full playoff picture or like top 4, whatever.
Or
Okay.
top 2.
Or top 2, doesn't matter.
Or winner.
I mean, don't just say junior and leave. Like a little bit more.
Junior.
Okay. Brandon winning Division 1. Junior's winning the other division. The third one. Who's last? TPB's winning the fourth one. You got your wild cards. Is
Wait,
gonna
who won?
be
Who
what?
wins ours?
Wait, who won the third one?
What's the third one?
It's us. And Chu.
Okay, the Blues.
The Bulus. Okay.
You're making wild cards. And Carlos is making wild cards. Jake.
Oh no. -5. -5.
Winning out?
Who's that other person? Austin.
Okay. All right, top 2.
Uh,
I mean, top 4. Sorry.
Top 4 is gonna be junior team. I think Jake's gonna take out Brandon, and
How?
You're just memeing, and that can't happen. I don't believe with that. I can't play him. Oh yes, I can if he gets wild card.
I don't believe in this universe Mimo lives in.
Yo, it's gonna happen.
Jake versus Junior.
Mimo, cut it down to like 10 grams a day, brother.
I know, right?
Alright. Johto.
you better chill out, man. Okay,
Who wins?
Junior, of course, but
No, but we need to Johto first.
okay, Joda, what now?
It's top 2.
Top 2. Oh, okay. It's gonna be the Marini.
Bruh.
Bro, they aren't even a joke.
Wait.
Top 2 and Johto.
Noah, TPB, Austin, or Chu.
Oh, okay. 2 and TPB. There we go.
Alright.
And who plays Junior? Who loses to
Who
Junior?
loses to Junior?
Of course, it's the boo.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Alright.
Okay, back to reality.
Alright, back to...
Wait, what? What happened?
Back to reality. Okay, when Jake's with you.
Back to reality.
Alright,
Oh
alright.
no.
So, Kanto stays. Oranguru Marini is elected via Huntail. I don't want to cop out. Because that's lame. Because I was going to say, like, I kind of want to say, like, whoever wins Chu and I's games wins the division.
Nah, say something.
You gotta say something.
Chu's out for revenge. He wins the division.
Damn.
I think TPB
Oh my god, you guys are crazy. I'm 3 and 4.
wins division 2. I mean, yeah. Oh, wait. No, you'll have a better record, so you'll be 1. And then Bulls will be 2. And then Wildcard 1 will be me. And then Wildcard 2 will be... I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to say Objection.
Oof.
Alright.
So you're saying that
spicy.
Austin's gonna nosedive?
He's expecting
I'll say
He
Austin's...
could.
I'm just going to try to
He
spice it
could.
up. I'm just trying to spice
He
it up.
could.
Alright. Because Objection, I heard good things from. And I'm excited about both TPB and Chu. So, anyway. Of course, it's the... Let's see. Electivire versus Oranguru, of course. And then... Oh, fuck. Let's see. It's me versus Chu. Damn. I'll say TPB wins, beats Objection, and then I'll say I beat Chu, and then
Ooh.
TPB beats me, and then I'll go Carlos. Carlos versus TPB.
Yeah.
Carlos wins.
Woo! There we go. I copy
reality.
Noah's now. I copy Noah's now.
That's it. That's gonna happen.
Just sweeping every
If
thing.
you could take Junior out of playoffs, Carlos, that'd be clutch.
No.
No? Are you gonna throw it to him
Yo,
purposefully?
hold up. Yo, Marini's versus Oranguru, and then you beat. How about... Because, like...
And then Marini's win.
Yeah, Marini's win.
I thought we were back to reality.
No, are we ever?
Dude, it's the Marini's versus the Honchkrow.
Yeah. No,
Honestly,
that
though,
goes for
we
Sunshine.
can't even sleep on any
No,
of the teams in
It's
Johto.
Jake versus... No, we can't.
I almost said Jiraiya's in playoffs. I was.
Yeah, I'm
it's
like...
tough.
Ugh. It's so tough. Anyway. So, that's like all the bold predictions we can make for now.
Yeah.
All right.
Mimo
I'm sure we added 20 minminutes to the video.
We did.
Mimi's bold predictions made it so we didn't have to make as many, so that was good.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
All right. So now we have this on video, and then we can see who's the most right. Yeah.
It's not gonna be me.
So my bold prediction,
Um,
my early season bold prediction came true, and Chu is currently now storming. I'm a genius.
Well, that would be the same with my prediction, and I said Junior is gonna sweep everybody.
But he hasn't.
Remember
He
that
got
one time he
swept.
got-
You know what?
He
You
got
know
swept
what?
by my boy Chu.
He should have run the crag. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Outro.
And that's
No,
the
shush,
battle.
shush, shush, shush. We need our designated outro guy.
And that's the power ranking.
Hey.
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 We all have to say
Hey.
A.
Hey.
Peace.
What up?